Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now I've been asked a few times what my thoughts are on the VRS DIrect Force Pro wheelbase. I keep pointing at this, but that's the rim. It's this part here. So I thought I'd better do a video. I couldn't think of a better way to do it than just taking the Porsche Cup car out for a couple of laps around Sebring. Now, I'm not a technical guy and I don't know the ins and outs of it all. I'll leave links in the video description to the VRS website if you want all the specifications. And also Barry Rowlands at the Sim Racing Garage did an absolutely superb review on the technical side. So please go and check that out. I'll leave a link to that in the video description as well. One other link that I will leave is to Mydas Simulation. They are the guys who sent me this wheelbase to test. Now, this isn't a promotion in any way, shape or form. They sent me this to test with no questions asked, with no requirements for me to leave either them or the VRS wheelbase a glowing review. So my opinions are my opinions, and that's what you'll get as always. So we're going to head out there now to Sebring, couple of laps, and let's have a chat about the VRS DIrect Force Pro. Right, so here we are at Sebring. We're in the Porsche 911 Cup car. Now I think this is the perfect combination to test out a new wheelbase. Sebring, it's just so bumpy, and the Porsche Cup car, well, if you drive that, you know what this car's all about. So things should be pretty evident through the steering wheel as we go round. Now I've got this view set up, so in the bottom corner you can see the wheel. I will change to this one just so you can see the detail a bit more being transmitted through the steering wheel. And up there in the top corner I've put a little capture of the display so you can see where I am on track. There we go. Right. So let's get out there on track. And you'll see pretty much straight away the bumps that are on this circuit. I mean, if you look at my steering wheel in the bottom corner, that's not me making any adjustments to the wheel. That's just the detail that's being relayed from the road surface to me. Every little bump, every crack in the road that you can feel. Now the AccuForce was good, but I noticed straight away when I started driving with this wheel that there was so much more detail that I wasn't getting previously with the AccuForce. And I know that's a direct drive wheel, so you'd think that they would all be the same. Well, apparently not. So this one has 20 Newton meters of torque, so it puts it on par with the Fanatec DD1. The SimiCube Sport I think has 17, I believe. I think the SimiCube Pro, does that have 25? And then the SimiCube Ultimate has 30. But this has 20. And let me tell you, 20 Newton meters of torque is far too much. Now I have my settings in the sim on iRacing. Well, I let iRacing pretty much configure it and press the auto button. And in the VRS software, I have my strength at 47%. Yep, 47%. So I'm not even using half of the available power that it has. And you can see it's throwing my arms around there all over the place. I mean, you know, I'm not a weak guy, you know. I can lift some heavy things. But this gives you a proper going over, you know, when you're on a bumpy circuit. Oh, that's too wide. So it gives you a proper going over. It's really tough. I'll transfer it when I get round here to the full screen camera so you can see just the detail that's being transmitted to me. So every movement with the wheel, I'm trying to keep the wheel as smooth as I can and as still as I can. So every little bit of movement is actually being generated by the actual wheelbase. I mean, not every movement, obviously I'm turning left and right, but when you see the wheel deviate from that, then that's the feedback from the wheelbase. Now there are stronger wheelbases out there obviously, but I honestly can't see why anybody would want to run any more force than I'm running here now, because even after just these couple of laps I can feel my left arm and the tricep area starting to wake a tiny bit. That's after 2 laps around Sebring. Well, not even 2 laps, but you can feel it straight away. And it is a bit of a workout. And going over those bumps there, just the rumble strips on the left hand side, you can feel them in the wheel rim. It's really, really detailed. And here around Sunset you'll see, I mean, look at that, jeez. Get over there, you bloody bagger. It's really, really strong. So what do I like about it? Well, I've had this for about 2 months now, 6 weeks, something like that. 6 weeks, 2 months. It's so easy to use. I mean, my good lady Julie, she uses this no problem at all, and you'll see when I show you the software how easy it is to swap profiles. Now you just leave everything in the sim exactly the same, and you just click a drop down menu on the software, and then it changes things immediately. You see the game stutter a tiny bit when it changes, obviously, but that's it. So ease of use is a massive plus point. It was really, really easy to set up. Pretty much plug and play. Well, it was plug and play. All I needed to do was download the VRS software, and away we go. Straight away, no messing about. Really, really easy. The level of detail that you get, I mentioned at the beginning of the video the wheelbases that I've had previously, and the one before this was the AccuForce V1, which was a massive step up from the belt drive wheels that I've had previously. But this is a massive step up again from the AccuForce, in my opinion. And I've had both, I've owned both, so I can compare and I can slate one or the other. I've not driven any other ones, any other direct drive wheels, just those two, so I can't compare this with the likes of the Fanatec DD1 or the SimiCube. So I don't know what they're going to be like. So this uses the 20 Nm midge motor, which has been found on countless other direct drive wheels over the last few years, but this one, I believe the encoder or the controller, well, yeah, part of the direct drive wheel has been specifically tailored towards what the virtual racing school wanted. It's not just rebranded with a different sticker on it, it's their own controller board or whatever it is in the unit itself. I mean, I know that's not very technical, but this is just what I've read and done my own research and stuff like that. So it is their own wheelbase, so like I said, they haven't just stuck another badge on it and called it their own, which I'm sure a few others have done in the past. So as far as wheels go, it's just got a shaft coming out, and you put your adapter on there on the shaft. Really, really easy to put on. It's just 2 Allen bolts clamping that on there. Then any 70mm wheel will fit on there, or 70mm bolt pattern wheel will fit on there. That's this bolt pattern here. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate here. So day to day, no issues, like 0 issues over the last few weeks, like nothing. It's worked every time perfectly. What I do like about it as well, with the AccuForce, I mean, I don't know if all direct drive wheels do that or not, but with the AccuForce, you turned it on and then it would spin really fast one way, then spin really fast the other. This doesn't do that. It just does like a mild calibration, really gentle, so it doesn't tangle up the wire that's on there. I like that. I've no idea what lap times I'm doing. Probably really, really slow. I'm not really interested in that. Right, let's go over some curbs. You can see there. Like, it's immediate as well. There's no like delay at all on the grass there. It tells you when you're starting to lose traction. Again there. And when you start to oversteer, it does a good job of telling you as well. The steering automatically starts to correct itself, and that's the feeling that you get in a real car. The steering will automatically start to go the other way when you start to slide. And this is instant as well, so you can. There's not many times that I've just spun out on my own since I've had this wheelbase, like without going in the grass. I do spin a lot less with this than I did with the AccuForce, and I span a lot less with the AccuForce than I did with the Fanatec Club Sport 2.5 wheelbase that I had. Like there, you can feel it going straight away. Right, so I'll tell you what we'll do now. We'll stop and we'll turn the force feedback up, just so you can see the struggle that I'll have. So we'll get the force feedback, the menu on the actual program. So this is essentially it. This is all you have. So we've got the max force setting on the bottom, the rotation of the wheel. You can turn that and you can calibrate that to where you want it. It's like there, you can just click center. These are the settings I have. Smoothing on 1, and these on device effect only. You can have game effects only or device and game effects. I have it on device effect only. Now this is the drop down box here that I talked about. So my other half, Julie, when she goes on it, I just click Julie and click save, and then it reduces the strength to how she would have it, and any other settings that you wanted to change. So for ACC, you can see my strength's on 71. I have it a bit higher in ACC. And R factor 2, I have it on 40. I've not really been on R factor 2 though, to be honest. Right, so we're on. So I'll put it on me and I'll whack it up to 100%. Right. So we'll take a little drive on 100%. So straight away I can feel so much more detail, or the detail's so much more or stronger. I mean, that's ridiculous. That is insane. So you can get it round on 20 Newton meters, but I am really having to muscle this around. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I am struggling. You wouldn't want to do that for more than a couple of laps. But it's, you can manage it. I am taking it nice and easy. Ah, yeah, jeez. And if I do crash with this strength on 100%, then I will be letting go of the wheel. So actually on the move, it doesn't feel too bad. It's just when you get to this slower stuff, jeez. Yeah, when you get to the slow stuff and the bumps, and we'll try and go over a couple of curbs. Don't know if I dare. Oh, yeah. So 100%, you couldn't use 100%, but it is drivable. I've seen people do force feedback challenges before, and I don't know if they're really weak, or if their force feedback is a lot stronger. But 20 Newton meters, yeah, it's strong, but it's you can drive the car with 20 Newton meters quite easily. Right, see what it's going. See what it's like going around here though. Oh, oh yeah, jeez, ah, fuck. I mean, that actually pulled my shoulder a little bit there. So yeah, 20 Newton meters is doable, but not recommended if you want to race and if you want to finish a race, because that will just kill you. So we'll turn that back down to where we had it. So that's 47%, and then you click Save Settings, and there we go. We're back to normal. Let's see what it feels like now. Yeah. So much more usable, but still loads and loads of detail there. Actually, going back to 47% feels quite loose now, but it obviously isn't. We just need to get used to it again. But there we go. So that's the VRS wheelbase. I can't really think of anything else to tell you. I mean, all you want to know is, well, for me, all I want to know is, if I'm buying a direct drive wheelbase, all I want to know is it strong enough? Does it have enough power? Yes, it does. Is it easy to use? Yes, it is. Is it competitively priced? Yes, it is. Is it going to get better? Yes, it is. I'm sure there'll be other things added to it, other features added to the software. What else? There's nothing else that I would want to know when buying a direct drive wheelbase. Does it make you faster? Well, that depends. Along with everything else, with the Husingvel pedals that I've got and this wheel, I don't know if it makes me faster. It's harder to drive, as in physically harder to drive, because obviously the forces in the pedals that I've got and the steering wheel, they're a lot greater than what you would have with, say, a Fanatec or a Logitech setup. But it definitely makes me more consistent. I definitely crash a lot less with the likes of this and the AccuForce. With a good direct drive wheelbase, you will certainly crash a lot less, because you can catch spins that you wouldn't even have known were coming with a lesser wheelbase. So everything comes in the kit that you would need. Well, that's if you buy these mounting plates here. Sorry, I'll put it on a bigger screen so you can see. These, you've got to buy these mounts separately, and then you've got to buy this. I'll take this off a second. You've got to buy this shaft adapter here, Then obviously you'll need a wheel and a QR. So this doesn't come with it. This shaft part you've got to buy extra. So with, I think that's €50 or something. I think the mounting plate's €50. But as you can see, I've just got mine bolted on straight on top of the 80/20 profile or the 120/40, and it's no bother. It's solid as a rock. I've never had any bother with this. I was a bit skeptical about this, to be honest, when I got it, but it's actually really solid. And then what else do you have to pay for extra? I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah. So you get the wheelbase, and then you get this mount extra and the shaft. You've got to get the shaft because you need to put your wheel on something. But when you compare that to other direct drive wheelbases on the market, they don't come with mounts either. So you've got to buy those extra. So people might say, "Oh yeah, but you've got to, yeah, that's the base price, but you've got to buy other stuff on top." Well, you do with any other wheelbase. You've got to buy the mounts and all the rest of it. Nothing else to really tell you apart from I absolutely love it. So this was sent to me by Mydas Simulation to test. I am under no obligation at all to say anything positive about it. He's not paid me anything. This isn't a promotion. I was just sent this unit to test and have a look at and see what I thought. Mydas Simulation's a stockist of these, as well as the cube control rims and all the rest of it. But would I buy one? If I was going to get my wallet out and buy a new direct drive wheelbase, absolutely 100% would I buy one of these. This, in my opinion, knocks spots off the AccuForce V1 that I had before it, and that was so much more complicated to set up with the software that you've got to use to try and get the best out of it. This, without all of the tweaks that you can have with the Sim Commander software with the AccuForce, this is by far a better experience than I ever had with the AccuForce. So there we go. I've waffled on for God knows how long around Sebring, and you're probably none the wiser. As I mentioned, I don't know the technical ins and outs of all the equipment that I have. I just know how they feel. And the VRS DIrect Force Pro wheelbase feels absolutely superb. So I would definitely recommend one. If you've taken a similar path to I have as far as wheelbases go, then you're going to notice a huge improvement over what you have now. As I mentioned, Barry Rowlands did a super video, a cracking review. It tells you exactly what you get when you buy it, so I'll leave a link to that in the video description. Also leave a link to the VRS website in the description, and also to Mydas Simulation. If you are in the UK and you're going to think about buying one of these, please go and check them out before anybody else. Go and check them out. Give them a shout. I always try and think of a negative when I'm looking at something, or some way something can be improved, and I'm really struggling with this. The mounting solution, I thought that was going to be an issue, but it isn't. I thought it was going to be complicated to set up, but it isn't. All you need to do is buy the wheelbase and find a wheel, and away you go. So there we go. They're my thoughts. Would I buy one? Yes. Would I recommend you buy one if you don't have one? Yes. But let me know if you do, and let me know what you think. As always, thanks for watching. See you later. Cheers.